I think fence work is out of the question today. I knew last night that I was going to have trouble. I can barely freaking walk. The pain is almost unbearable, and that is with my pain pills. So I'm okay sitting. I'm okay sitting. So I'm gonna put my I have chrome visors for the front and the back, and my spots and everything. So I'm gonna do that and see how I feel here in another hour or so. I mean, I'm about halfway through the digging, and the rest, hammering the T-posts in, is not that big a deal. So I can see myself finishing this, you know, the fence, I mean, you know, in a week or so. Anyway, let me just start doing this and see where it leads. I'm not going to be able to hold you, sweetie. You're going to have to go sit in your John Deere lap. We'll be back. I'll show you the back first. I thought, what the heck? Maybe I should show you how you do this. Put these on. This little rubber O-ring goes on. You loosen these screws up on the tail light, and you slide that little rubber O-ring around this, and then you tighten this back up. And the reason is because the visors grab onto this little gap here, and as you tighten the screw up on the visor, it holds it in. So I'm going to do the next one over here. You just loosen these screws, pull the lens out a little bit, and put that rubber O-ring in, and then you tighten the screws back up. Not a whole lot, snug. And then you put the visor on, you tighten the visor up, and then you snug these screws up a little tighter. So I'm going to do that now. Put that rubber O-ring on, tighten the visors. Okay. Might not be much difference to the average person, but you know, there's somebody who owns a motorcycle, these little chrome add-ons, you know, just give you a little bit more pride in your machine. Okay, we'll do the front now. So here's a before. Now this one we got for free because my wife's bike, when they backed into her, they paid for a visor. We went and bought it, and I put it on, and then I guess they forgot because they gave us a new one, so I put that on mine. So now I got visors for the spots and the turn signals, and that's what I'm going to put on next. So here we are, before and... So there's something you got to remember when you buy cheap Chinese junk. I can't afford the high dollar Harley ones. Cheap Chinese junk, they never finish their edges, and you got to be careful handling them. I mean, it was a razor sharp edge in there. I got to go back to my other shop. I got to stop the bleeding so I can, otherwise I'll get blood all over everything. We'll be back. Okay, those are the turn signals. I had to put the old rings back on. These are such complete crap. I cut myself again just handling these. I mean, the edges are like razors. And then to top it off, the bolts are not stainless. They're regular bolts that will rust, the first time you get water on them. The nuts are nothing like, these are stainless. So you'll be able to get them on and off to replace your lights, which you'll occasionally have to do. So I'm going to send these back, and just have to spend the money for the Harley ones. What absolute, complete, and total junk. And these edges are so sharp that what they'll do is just start rusting immediately the second you get a drop of water on them. Alrighty. Well, I think I feel good enough to go down to the fence and do something. I think I'm going to run a string from pole to pole, and that will give me an idea where I need to hammer my T-posts in. So I'm going to do something. I don't know what yet. All right. I just returned them, and they already sent me my money back within seconds of me. I'm in the process. I just went to Amazon and hit return, and they asked why, and I told them, cut myself. The sharp edges are scratching my chrome, and the bolts are not long enough. The bolts are fine when these things are closed, but you need a good 3/8 inch to get that nut on to close the gap down tight. So what they did was use non-stainless nuts and bolts, and then they're nowhere near long enough to engage the nut to suck this down to close the gap. So anyway, I'm gonna wrap them back up and send them back. So I guess there's just no avoiding buying now that I've got all these visors on everything else. There's no avoiding buying the expensive Harley ones, and I think they're like $80, so that's going to be a while. How do you lose something as big as a T-post driver? I've looked in every place I could possibly have put my T-post driver, and I can't find it. That is just beyond aggravating. And the more you look for it, the more you can't find something as big as a T-post driver. I've only loaned it once, and the person I loaned it to gave it back. So, and I have driven a post. A couple years ago, I drove a T-post down the hill there, where that gate that swings open and closes on the back side of my property. I drove a T-post there so the dogs couldn't squeeze through the gate. And for the life of me, I just have tore this place apart looking for my T-post driver. Oh well, I don't know what I want to. If I buy another one, as soon as I buy another one, I'll come home and there it'll be sitting in the middle of the driveway or something, you know. I'm gonna look a little more. I don't know if I'm actually gonna do any digging today, but I think I'm going to see, these poles are 32. I got them set 32, 32, 32, 32 from there to here. So I am symmetrical. Now I'm going to go get T-posts. I'm going to lay them out where I want them to go. Oh, my wife found the T-post driver. Anytime I can't find something, she knows where it's at. Alrighty, let me go get some T-posts. I'm going to need 12. Had a bee in it?
It did.
Oh.
And it's got a darker pink throat and the veins, some veins that are pink. It's
Okay.
Another crossbred.
Crossbreed.
Yeah.
Half breed. Cher sang a song about that.
That's beautiful.
Oh, and this has a napping bee.
No.
Yeah, underneath the what do you call that?
Sure?
Unless he's dead.
No, he's taking a nap. Wake up.
Tap it, see what he does. Yeah, he woke up.
These are so pretty because look at the back side.
Yeah.
Look at that. Isn't that beautiful?
Oh, he flew off, huh? Woke him up and he flew off. Any others? Nothing in there. This one hadn't opened yet, but it's going to be pretty when it does. Okay. That was interesting. A napping bee.
Yeah, I'm going to have some seed. I pollinated this. I haven't been doing that, and I need to do that because I want more seed for next year.
Okay. Short break. Back to work. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and get as much done as I can. I got this blanket clamped up behind me, and the reason is the only way I'm going to be able to do this is if I have a place to sit, you know, work a little bit, sit, work a little bit, sit. I mean, I just got to do it that way. I'm in a terrible shape. Not terrible. I mean, I am happy and grateful and thankful that I am in the condition that I'm in, which is not good, but it's 1,000% better than it was. And I'm not complaining. I'm happy. But I just have to come up with ways to do things and not die. not have a heart attack, not have a stroke. All right, my hammer. This mark here is the top of my T-post because there's this much hammer in there. And then this is my 4-foot mark. I cut this to 4 foot, so I'm just leaving a couple inches above the 4 feet, just in case I can't, because there's a definite definite downward slope. So each pole, I'm gonna have to stick a 2x4 in it and then step on it and pull them down tight against the ground, and then put my keepers on here. I'm gonna have to do that all the way down. So here's my 4-foot fence. And to get my gloves on, I'm gonna put this pole in. I'm gonna dig a hole for that pole. And then I'm just gonna start doing it on the way down. These, I'm not putting braces. There's no need for it. I'm not cutting corners. I just thought about it, and there's really no need because there's no side to side motion on these fence posts. And there's no need for braces. There's need for a brace. My first one, there's a need for 3 here because there's so much torque. The gate's gonna hang off it. The fence is gonna pull against it. And alrighty, let me get to work. Oh, I brought a tripod. I guess I'll show a little bit of this, like you haven't seen a T-post get hammered in. How about here? Now keep in mind, I'm fat, so when you see a fat guy appear here, that's me. It's hard to get my Band-Aid in this glove from where that Chinese piece of junk cut me. I gotta come down about that much. Another 1.5 inches. Good enough. Now, big root. That's all I'm good for. I gotta take a break. Catch my breath. Can you see the magic marker ring I've drawn on that handle? That's 2 foot. So I got a couple of more bites to dig down, and that'll be 2 foot. And that's how deep I put my 4x4s. 2 foot, and then fill them with cement, although I'm not going to do that till the end of the day. So I'm almost there. I think I can get all these poles in today, except for the 3 I got to do up there. That's some serious digging, and I'm going to make that a day's project because you see how I got to do things. All right, a couple more bites there. Hell, I'll put you in the tripod. What the heck? Whew. My goodness, I'll tell you what. A combination of being old, fat, and not healthy. Alrighty. let's go. A couple more bites. Okay. Big root. About 4 more inches. Break time. Oh boy. Gotta hammer that in. One more in. And guess what? We're ready for cement. I'm gonna hammer this in. Hammer that in. Then I'm gonna go way down yonder where my wife is. I'm going to ride her up to the front porch, and we're going to sit in front of the fan for about an hour. And then I'm going to come back and put all these cement these poles in here. These 4x4s are just setting in holes. Okay, back in a flash. Yes, hello?
Well, it's amazing how much the vines came back.
You're not stuck, are you?
No.
Okay. Let's go home and have a in front of the fan break.
I'm fixing to do my breaking on that mower, but I do want you to take that chaining saw with you.
Where is it?
I'll get it.
Okay. Okay. Got my poles cemented in. And perfect timing because my pain pill is leaving the building. It's 1 in the afternoon. I've been at it since about 7:30. And already, I don't know what I'm doing Sunday. My wife thinks she wants to go for a ride on a motorcycle. And I have those 3 braces to put up on this pole. I've got the gate to drag across and drill where my pins screw in. And I'm going to need 2 hands to do that. I'll need my wife to help me do that. Okay? Have a good Sunday, y'all.